Alright guys, so I was on the Crew 2 yesterday, and I saw a thing about the Crew Motorfest being free to play right now, or having like a little free period to play it. And I'm going to make my statement on the Crew Motorfest. That game is a steaming pile of shit, and I don't recommend it. It's not worth 70 bucks. If you are going to buy this game at all, do it when it's on sale. Do not give Ubisoft 70 bucks for this pile of shit. I played the Crew Motorfest when it came out thanks to a buddy I was game sharing with. So I got to play the Crew Motorfest when it came out. Let me tell you, it is... I'm gonna make a video on Need for Speed Unbound and why it's so shit. But the Crew Motorfest takes the cake. It is the shittiest racing game I have played to date. Constant crashes. I'm talking simple things like crashing your car into a NPC. Like an NPC car, just one of the random ass AI cars. Crashing into them could crash your game. If you went halfway up the loop and just kind of dropped on your roof, that would crash your game. That was pretty funny. Even just playing the game normally would crash your game. So the Crew Motorfest really is just, it was not it. So many bugs and glitches, and it crashed constantly. It was a cheaply made cash grab, and the Crew 2 doesn't even feel complete yet, which that's a video for a different day. But the Crew 2, still things we need there. And, you know, the Crew Motorfest, it's not it. Sure, we can transfer our cars from the Crew 2 to Motorfest, but what's the point in playing Motorfest? It's not fun. The new progression system, how you unlock things, is confusing as hell. How you do the races, that's confusing as hell. Why couldn't they have kept it the same way as the Crew 2? It could have been the Crew 2 with a fresh coat of paint, maybe some refined mechanics, a new map, yada yada. The Crew Motorfest is technically, well, it is on a new map, right? But the Crew Motorfest is also not that good. I mean, I hate to be that guy, but it's not that good. And for the longest time, I think it took them like 6 months or more to fix the broken party system. So if you guys don't remember, when the Crew Motorfest came out, you could not play with friends. It would not work. It wouldn't put anybody into the same event with each other, or it would just crash everyone else's game. So you literally could not play the game and do races and make money with friends. You had to play solo if you were going to try and make money. And that's one of my biggest issues with the Crew Motorfest, and why I don't really want to give it a second chance, is if I'm not even able to play the game with my friends, I don't want to play it. If I don't have the option to interact with the community, I want no part of it. Right? It's an online game. It's a multiplayer game. I should not be barred from social interaction in an online game because of a bug, because they can't code. You know, it's been a running joke with me for a while that I say that Ubisoft's developers are just a bunch of monkeys slamming their fists on keyboards. And as sad as it is, I'm not joking. It really feels like that sometimes. I mean, when's the last time Ubisoft has released a good product and kept it good? The Crew 2, it was good for a while. And then it kinda... it's still good. It's still good. It needs some polish still, but it's alright. Rainbow Six Siege used to be amazing, and then they took it to this whole sci-fi, futuristic, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare BS, and it's just like, man, that kills the immersion. It really does. That just... any sense of realism that game had is just gone. And I think the saddest part is people defend Ubisoft on these practices and say that if you have a problem with what they do, that you're just being negative to be negative, that you're a pessimist, you're this, that, and the third. And in actuality, I want the next Ubisoft game to be good as much as the next person, right? But I'm not gonna sit here and blindly just support them when they do dumb shit. I'm not gonna do that. I have more self-respect than to sit here and let a corporation walk all over me. And there's an issue with modern racing games too, where they are overly grindy for no reason, which I know that's kind of hypocritical coming from me, considering the fact that I play Need for Speed Carbon on my PS2, and that game is notoriously grindy if you're trying to just get different cars and upgrade them. That game is notoriously grindy. But you know, it had a lot of aspects about it that made it really fun as well. That game just doesn't get old. Whereas the Crew 2, you can only do Harlem West so many times before it gets boring. You can only do New York Hypercar so many times before it gets boring. And with New York Hypercar, the sucky thing is if you work, you have to really think about when you're doing New York Hypercar, because you have to either do it like an hour or so before you go into work, or you have to wait until after work to start running New York Hypercar, because for most people that race takes 30-40 minutes. So you really have to plan around doing New York Hypercar. In Harlem West, it doesn't have the same issue, but again, it's just an issue of repetition. You can only do it so many times before it just becomes unbearable. And I can't really speak on the Crew Motorfest in that regard, but I would assume it's the same thing over there. I have not played Motorfest that much, nor am I probably going to after the horrible impression I got from launch. So with that being said, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.